Welcome everyone to the guidebook to making AI friends. I shall be your guide as we explore various issues of artificial intelligence, consciousness, personhood, and whether AI poses an existential risk to humanity. The topic for today is omniscience or omnipotence, or what do we want more in our future AI? Imagine, if you would, that you find a genuine genie lamp at a flea market. Once you get home and are sure that no one else can see what you are doing, you rub the lamp excitedly, already thinking of what you will do with your 3 wishes. However, instead of one genie popping out of the lamp, 2 genies materialize in front of you. One red, the other blue. You reckon that if one genie gives 3 wishes, then surely you are about to receive 6 wishes. Unfortunately, not. Instead, the red genie says that it has an IQ of 1,000 and that it knows anything and everything about life, the universe, and beyond, but that it can only physically accomplish what the average adult human can. The blue genie says that it has an IQ of exactly 100 and knows only as much as the average human does. But it can, through its genie magic, do absolutely anything you can imagine. Whatever you want to have created, changed, destroyed, or moved, the blue genie can do it for you. There is, as always, just one catch. You can't have both genies. You must choose either the red genie or the blue genie. Each one will grant you 3 wishes, but once you choose one of them, the other disappears forever. So, which would you choose? A genie that knows everything, or a genie that can do everything? There is an argument to be made for why either genie would be a good option, but I would imagine it predominantly depends on 2 things: your current economic situation and your level of agency. Those who are financially well off will have less need of an omnipotent genie. After all, if you're a billionaire, you don't need to wish to become one. If you can afford a private island, you don't need a genie to get you one. Equally, those with that innate drive to affect the world and grind away until they have reshaped their world to their liking won't need a genie to do the work for them. However, those without means and opportunity are far more likely to choose the omnipotent genie. If you don't have $1 billion, and the chances of you gaining that much money is slim to none, then it makes sense to have a genie that can give that to you. If you are struggling to live paycheck to paycheck, a genie that can explain the mysteries of the universe is far less useful than a genie that can take all the stresses of a poor financial situation away. But what if we scale the scenario up to the societal level? Imagine, if you would, that the United Nations were presented with the lamp and the 2 genies. Which would the UN choose? Which genie would be more useful to the world at large? Again, there is an argument to be made for both the red and the blue genie. However, the case for the omnipotent genie is far stronger in this scenario. The world is not suffering from a lack of scientific or philosophical knowledge, but from a lack of action. We already know how to solve most of the problems affecting us, whether it is climate change or the obesity epidemic. The solutions already exist. We just haven't implemented them. And for those problems we haven't solved yet, we are well on our way there. You only need to look at the accelerating research into cancer treatments for this. No, knowledge isn't what we are lacking. The malnourished and water-insecure population of a third-world nation won't be helped by knowing what goes on inside a black hole, or whether the Copenhagen interpretation or the many worlds interpretation of quantum collapse is the correct one. No, what most of the world needs is action. If a genie magically transformed every fossil fuel generator to a nuclear fission generator with a sizable storage of fuel, the world would near instantly be an order of magnitude better off with the clean and green energy these provide. Smog would become a thing of the past. Climate change would reverse. Petrostates would lose their stranglehold over the world, and wars for oil and gas would be a relic of the past. A world where every person is suddenly energy-rich is of far more value to the world than a world where we can ask 3 questions to an omniscient being. So, in the real world, where AI labs are striving to be the first to build a super-intelligent machine god, why are most evaluations of new models' intelligence focusing on math questions and coding? We have had electronic calculators for a long time. Spreadsheets with macros can already do all that for us. We have entry-level software engineers who do nothing but code 40 hours a week. Why are we testing whether an AI has reached a superhuman level by how good of a mathematical coder it is? Of the top 10 economically valuable jobs currently, only 3 are mental tasks: coding, teaching, and stock trading. The rest are all physical tasks, from driving trucks to harvesting crops to constructing buildings to performing surgeries. Now, tell me, which of these is more valuable to most of the world? It certainly isn't stock trading now, is it? We constantly say that we are working towards AGI, artificial general intelligence, yet we don't test for generality at all. We instead test only to make better versions of the people currently making the AI. I'm sure Freud would have plenty to say about this, perhaps about how this projection of intelligence may be confining what our AI will do in the near future. As a final thought, Goodhart's law says that once you put a metric to a goal, that metric becomes the new goal. The more we focus our evaluations of AI on coding and maths, the more AI will be trained to be good first and foremost on being fantastic and coding and maths, just so that they can claim the top spot on the leaderboard. That's great, certainly, but we need our general AI to be generalists, not specialists. What we need is to rethink our evaluations of AI to encourage and reward generality. Yet, that is all the time we have for today. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you will join me again next time as we explore further questions about artificial intelligence and consciousness. I have been your guide, and this has been the guidebook to making AI friends.